All right, so we're just gonna wait for the guests to come in because we got to have some back dialogue from my peoples and them. Hey, Ivan,
Yeah.
give me about 3.5 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right, I got you.
Hey, Ivan.
Yeah.
Hey, Ivan.
Yep.
I damn near forgot you was here. That piss felt so good. I was just about to go in.
Man.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. Let
Yeah.
me get Chief back up in here. One
Yeah.
second. Bye. Bam. All right, Ivan. This one is a little better because this one is going to be a little bit more close to where you get to pick the minds of two people that really ran some shit. We're going
Yeah.
to be more transparent with you because I'm
Yeah.
open. I'm exposing you to a whole new world. I just hope you know.
Yeah. I could tell. So I was already. I had questions in the last one, but I'm glad I saved them. So you cutting me off. You kind of saved me for this one.
Uh,
So I got some questions already. In the pocket.
yep. Uh, all right, here.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Like sometimes the audio cut out. All right, here, Coach Chief.
People, man.
All right,
How you
there you
living,
go.
baby?
All right,
Yeah, there I go.
now. So look,
Yes, sir.
I'm about to twist me a blunt, right? I
Yeah,
ain't even tripping. I ain't even tripping on the live
yeah.
because you talking coast to coast, right? He in Florida, right? That's my dog, Ivan.
Shouts out to Florida, man. Dirty been out there. I ain't touched Florida yet, but I've been to like 11 other states or something like that. I don't know. I've been to a bunch of them, but it wasn't Florida.
Man, I never.
I just left Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just left Texas not too long ago. I love Texas, man. I've been to
right.
Chicago, been to Colorado, all that. Of course, Nevada. That's our neighbor.
Yeah,
Oregon. Yeah, but Florida's on the list.
I'm from Texas. I've been to like Southern California, like LA, San Diego, and then
Yeah.
and through the military, then I lived in Washington State. But when I lived in Washington State, they would always say that it was like that culture just kind of carried up. It was like similar to the culture, but I never made it down
Yeah.
to Northern Cal.
It ain't bad. It ain't bad. And I say that because I've been here.
Yeah,
But just looking outside in, Florida looks like a place I'd like to go to from the people who represented it, not just how it's been portrayed,
yeah,
entertainment wise, but the people who, what I mean, just had a conversation about it, what I mean, and not one just trying to broadcast it, but just represented it
yeah,
in the way they walk, talk, what I mean, and their perspective on things. Florida look like it's a cool place outside of the weather.
yeah.
Not to
Weather
mention
looks great.
you was damn near on the run with me.
I
Hey,
was.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
know.
was
I
on the
don't know
run
if
with
you
you.
know, but
He
when
took
I
me
was
with
in,
him everywhere.
Damn. Yeah, that's
He
no, I
what's
took
up.
don't
me
know
with
if
him
Ivan
everywhere.
know, but when I was in Orlando,
Yeah,
100%, I was on the run.
Yeah.
yeah,
Man, I
yeah.
was sleeping. I was
And
sleeping on
he
Johnny Young
contacted me
Parkway.
regularly, and I contacted him regularly. And it just so happened our contact stopped over. Well, it didn't stop, but our contact was halted over a fluke.
Over
Incredible.
your ass going back to jail.
When I went back to jail,
That's when it was halted.
no, I'm talking about when you went back to jail. I didn't go to jail over an accident. I went to jail over some shit they thought I did and I didn't do. Well, I guess that's it. Well,
Gung,
you know what happened.
gung ho.
Not guilty. Well, no, not guilty, but case dismissed. You hear me? Is this on YouTube
This is
or just a chat room?
No, that's on YouTube.
Oh
YouTube.
wow.
Hey,
What do you
so
mean?
let me ask you this. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, they talk about how prison influences the outside. Man, how is it when you talk to people on the outside, like from and when you in prison and you talking to them, how big does like they how important is that to you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
How important is which part?
Like staying
The
connected to
outside to
people,
the prisoner?
huh?
How important is the outside to the prisoner?
Yeah, like staying connected, like with people around
It, that all depends. That all depends on a number of things. In my case, in my experience, it all depends on their connection to what I mean the relationships that they have out there. And the relationship could be to an individual, it could be to a place, it could be to a neighborhood, it could be to material things. And it depends on the relationship that they have to the with that connection. And then it also, of course, definitely depends on the time because at time with reality, what I mean, with just being a realist. Because if you're going doing a two and few, then it's a chance that what I mean that will have a it won't diminish as much. You know what I mean? It has a longer shelf life. I mean, your shelf life won't expire. You know what I mean? As far as like, with who you connected to or what you're connected to. Like even if you have something materialistic out there, even that, you know, disintegrates over time and and it gets its wear and tear. That goes with everything. Relationships. I don't care if you mother, son, daughter, brothers, that relationship is in a foreign state. So
yeah,
you got what me and Dirty had, and a lot of the other individuals that we know and that were close to it. They got you in the double digits and shit like that, or you in the unknown, meaning that you got that L, and it's till they say when. Then realistically, you're gonna try subconsciously or consciously to detach yourself from that things, or your outside world gonna force you to do it.
So
Because
let me
even if
say
you had a
this.
following of 100, you only gonna have a following of a whole lot less than that. You know what I
So
mean? Come the years past.
hey, Chief. So I
Yeah.
gotta ask you the same question that I asked Fahim. How would you
Mm-hmm.
describe my character inside?
Your character, oh man, your character, now they'll tell you like, and I think the people that I've associated with will tell you too, especially if I had a conversation with them. Who I am is who I am will always depend on who you are. I'm not the same person with everybody. I got 5 brothers. I'm not the same with neither one of them. You did? They all love me. I love them, but I'm not the same with them, brother or not. Dirty, he my brother by another. I'm not the same with him as I am with my other brothers from another. But my relationship with you and how I view you, Dirty, you you're necessary in my world, brother. You know what I mean? And I mean that by you're necessary when it comes to your POV, you know what I mean, your point of view. You're necessary when it comes to you know what I mean, trying to make things fit. And when it comes to solutions, when it comes to problems, shit, you know what I mean. You was very necessary. That's the best way. You was very necessary. That's the best way that I could put it. And I mean, man, shit, you had a hat for every show. You did. You had a hat for every show, and you definitely contributed to my wardrobe. I give you that. I mean, a lot of those showed me how to move around a little bit, but you added to my wardrobe to where I was like, okay, I could put this hat on, I could put that on. You added more tools to my toolbox. You know what I mean? Because it's a saying that you know what I mean, you get good with a hammer, you look at every situation like a nail. And I was one of those dudes. And I didn't want to
Yeah,
hammer everything. So I started being a little more reserved. I was approachable, but I wasn't accessible. Because if you accessed me and you disappointed me, then that's when the hammer comes and you look like a nail. But Dirty, added some more tool to my toolbox, you know what I mean? So I was able to work a screwdriver, a wrench, add a couple more sockets, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So like I said, Dirty, you was a foreman. You was a foreman, and if anybody who worked in situations like that, they know what a foreman is. That means you got a whole warehouse to run, but there's one room that the foreman has, you know what I mean, the most access to, and you go to him and ask him and tell him what you need, and that's the dude that'll give you, you know what I mean, what you're looking for. So that was. Well, I got caught up on something real quick. Mine, excuse
hey Chief,
me. Yeah,
I want you to know I respect you too. Hey, Ivan. You know how me and Chief got close?
I'll take care of it on the back end for sure.
Like what? Like being sellies? Or you
Man,
said
nah.
I was
If
Before
you
the
ever met
selling part,
somebody,
before the
you ever
selling
met
part.
somebody and you click automatically,
yeah.
that's what we was. That's why when he
Yeah,
used to be, I used to be like Chief Dirty. He used to be like
yeah.
Dirty Chief. What's up? We
Uh,
combined our names. Shit.
true that. True that. We
And then
did do that.
we ended up becoming Sellies. But we had
And
this deal,
let
right?
me tell you.
Hey, Ivan. Hey, Ivan. We had this deal
Yeah.
that was like, I was like, let me introduce me to your sister, and I'm gonna introduce you to mine. And if it works out, it works out. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
He wasn't interested in my sister, but I was
Nah,
fully
not
invested
so.
in his
She
sister.
cool peoples. She cool peoples, but not so much. Is this yours, man?
So
Is this mine?
so therefore,
No, this is mine.
me and his sister, we rock hard.
Yeah, that's the nigga right there. You know what I mean? She with me every day. Matter of fact, that's where these shells come from. When she went to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the shells come from.
So so Ivan, that's like his sister. We were together. One of the sweetest people I ever met in my life.
Yeah,
But
she was dope. She was dope.
she ended up passing, Ivan.
Yeah.
She ended up passing. What did she pass from again, Chief?
Complications after surgery. She was having she had let me see, make sure this don't hook up here. yeah, she had that her brain wasn't getting like all the oxygen that it was requesting at times, and it would cause her to have like little strokes and and pass out and things like that. And she didn't even know she was dealing with it. So when she went to go get it checked out by medical professionals and stuff like that, they performed some surgery, thing like that. Then they had to perform another one. It's just she didn't take too well after that part, you know. But that was everybody, dog. Man, I can't remember her really having one enemy in this world. Like even high school shit, she didn't even have enemies then, or as far as disagreement, of course, here and there. But that was my bootleg mama, no doubt about it. Anybody who know it, what I mean, know that that was my bootleg mama, and like that was a real ride or die. I was telling
Hey,
you about when you're locked up, how them situations will put a damper on your communication, and your connections and shit like that. That was one nigga that rode harder than anybody. You know what I mean? Bless my mama, my father, everybody, and all of my relatives. But her shit didn't have no shelf expiration date at all.
yeah.
I mean, any prison I went to, anytime I went to the hall, anything like that, she was solid.
Hey, hey. So tell me this to switch
Yeah,
subject. What do you feel about the Sacramento music rap scene right now?
the Sacramento music rap scene. Uh, I always got to take myself out the equation when I try to look at things. That's one of the things you help me with too. Way I look at it is two ways. One is entertaining. That's for me looking outside in. It's very entertaining. But us having a know in the situation as far as like knowing individuals, even if it's not the ones that's broadcasting it and promoting it, or that's in the for on the spot, the individuals connected to that, we know that it's serious. You know what I mean? And the reason behind it is kind of corny, though. You know what I mean? It's kind of corny, but it is entertaining. And that's even from us being personally connected to it. It's entertaining because you always want to know what's next, what's next. Even when the what's next is something that's unfortunate. You know, when it's something that should have been different or could have been different, dealt with, handled. But
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is that it's all entertainment. But
Watch this though. Watch this though.
yeah,
Ivan, being all the way in Florida, how does it look to you?
I mean, he hit from the first thing he said is entertaining. Like that's what we want to see right now. But I see like the influence of it because
Hey,
the
your music. Hey, Chief, you gotta turn your music down.
so when like
gotcha.
everybody talks about like the influences, right? They talk
Yeah.
about the Chicago influences, this, that, but like the Sacramento, you guys are the first ones to really identify clicks and make people aware of that. Nobody else really had a name for when the mixtures of what was going on, how people moved around, and like now it's like that's the staple of what the definition of like to hip hop culture. That's the contribution, and like I see like to me, I look to that when I'm seeing the interviews and the songs that come out, and they put like a whole different spin on that level of entertainment to where you're looking at Sacramento from that perspective of it. Because at this time for me, because I haven't prior to this, I wasn't aware of Sacramento music, and then the difference between Oakland and Sacramento and artists in California as a whole. But now
Hey,
it's like, okay, now it's put it in perspective, and then being able to talk to you guys, now I'm understanding that like, okay, it's really real.
hey, some people in Sacramento ain't even aware of Sacramento music.
Yeah.
And that's a true story. I mean, some people in Sacramento ain't even aware of Sacramento music because they not caught on they're not caught on let's see, they're not connected to home.
Yeah. I
They're
put it
not
like
connected
this.
to home. There's some people that live their life strictly on the radio.
Yeah. There, but then the
And you
ones
can
that
tell it
are
in that.
coming
You
out,
can tell it.
yeah,
Yeah,
every time I get put aware, everybody's putting out good music. Like every artist that I've come across through the recommendations through my
right,
iPhone,
right.
it's like if they got a recent album, like it's all they're very much it's very close. Like to the point where if
Right.
they came together, like the money, they right there. Like, but as long as people know
Right.
what stuff is really going on, and the transparency, because people want to confirm it, they'll never know that they're gonna get money until somebody else is on the other side of it. When they can monetize to where something's gonna happen, like he said, we know what's gonna happen next, and it's gonna be somebody else
Indeed.
getting the
Right.
money.
And then once they get killed,
Right.
then everybody like, damn, how we get here?
You know.
But it's a repeat.
Yeah.
It's on repeat.
But that's what people want. People want you to be. People want the consequences to happen to you, but they want like a Grand Theft Auto effect, like it to go away. They want you to kill somebody, but then they want you to beat the murder on something crazy so you can keep making music and talking about it. It's like the
Right.
Gucci Man effect. Like everybody love Gucci Man because he killed that dude and he got away with it. And every
Yep.
time we see a rapper
Yeah. They
kill
root for the bad
get
guy.
killed, we disappointed. We think it's
Yeah.
gonna be different.
Man, they
Hey,
root. That's what I said. They root for the bad guy, man. We root for the bad guy coming from where we come from. Nobody wanted to be the cop. Everybody wanted to be the robber.
hey. All right, so check me out. We're gonna close this one out. But Chief, just in case somebody wanted to
Yeah.
run your place, what hood you from and how long you been from?
Oh man, if anybody around my place, man, they're gonna tell you I'm dumbass Glenn Elders. That's if you old enough. But if you're not old enough, or if you're not educated enough, they're gonna tell you that I'm from the Creek, which is Glen Elders Creek Mob. You know, they're gonna tell you that. You know what I mean? With no cuts. So you know what I mean. Not saying that that's you know what I mean, something to frown upon. It's just something that's an era. You do it because they got real people doing real things that represent subsets, cliques, you know, and fractions that don't have a neighborhood, that don't have a street sign. You know, they
Yeah,
doing real things, real shit. You know what I mean? But that's just not my era. You know, it's just like dance moves. That's how I look at gangbanging and you know what I mean, and representing and everything like that. You know what I mean? Our folks did the cha cha and the electric slide and shit like that, so forth. You know what I mean? My era did the butterfly. You did, and you know, other eras do the jerk and the Dougie and so forth like that. So it's just not my dance move. That's all. You know, I can learn
that's
it.
right.
I can know about it. You get educated, but it's just not my dance move. You feel me?
Hey,
So I'm dumbass Glenn Elders, man. Double E Majo. You know what I mean? Ease up with
right.
no ease up.
That's right. That's right. And how
You
long we
know what
known
I
each other?
mean? Shit. I don't know, 30 forever. You know me since my early 20s, mid 20s, and shit. I'm pushing 40 fast, fast. You
Hey,
know what I mean? Like,
that just lets you know.
you know
That
what I
just
mean?
lets you
Blink a
know.
couple times. Yeah, and you've been the same 30, and I don't mean like you've been the same motherfucker I met since I met you. I mean you've been the same 30 years, meaning that I expected you to elevate and not get stagnated 30. You dig?
That's
So when
right.
I say you've been the same, that don't mean like, oh, you the exact same motherfucker. No, you the same motherfucker that I expect to do things, you know, and to stay in motion and to make shit happen. You know, you the same 30
That's
that's
right.
that. So anybody that say, oh, that's the same 30 from 2000, what X this, that, or 99 that, if they say that's the same 30, I hope that's what they talking about because you definitely ain't the same nigga I spoke to last week. And I think I'm not as well. I might try to resist it a lot more. Like you used to say, I used to resist it a whole lot. I didn't like change. I like to keep a whole lot of my shit the same way. And this nigga used to get on my damn nerves with that shit, you know, but it was for the better. I understand where he was coming from, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, every
Yeah,
celly I
definitely that.
ever
Yeah,
had.
definitely that.
Hey, every celly I ever had, they was like, man, if I wasn't security conscious before I met you, by the time I was done, boy, you had me on point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True that. True that.
Hey, so
Who we
look,
got? Yeah.
shout out from Fruit Ridge. Shout out from Fruit Ridge. One love.
Everything.
Hey, so check me out.
Shout out,
Hey,
man. Look,
Chief.
shout out to my Ridge niggas, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to my Ridge niggas, man. I spent, I done skipped a lot of school fucking with them dudes, man. You did? You
Ain't
know,
y'all
I did some whole
neighbors?
time with them and everything.
Ain't y'all
We
neighbors?
actually is. You know what I'm saying? The next main street that you go over from Fruit Ridge is pretty much Lemon Hill. You know what I mean? And then from Lemon Hill and Elder Creek Elementary is on Lemon Hill. You feel me? So the next main street from Lemon Hill is Elder Creek.
And the next one
So
after
yeah, we pretty
before
much
that, the other way is Fruit Ridge.
yep. You know what I'm saying? So if you going south, it'll be Elder Creek, Lemon Hill. I mean, excuse me. If you're going south from Fruit Ridge, it'll be Fruit Ridge, Lemon Hill, which is Lemon Hill ain't a main street. So it goes from Fruit Ridge to Elder Creek. They got street lights on. They got
Hey,
street lights on
hey,
Lemon Hill.
you
That's
just
only
gonna
because it's a school
discredit
over there.
Lemon Hill? You just gonna
Nah,
discredit
shouts
Lemon
out to
Hill?
LHP too. Shouts out to LHP too, my Asian partners, man.
Hey,
Lemon Hill
hey,
Posse. You know what I'm
hey,
saying? I'm sure
hey,
there's a couple
look,
of them still around there.
hey, Chief.
Yeah,
When y'all lived in Lemon
yeah,
Hill, I walked in your house,
yeah.
right? I was sitting on the couch. I was
Uh-huh.
like, all of a sudden, the Asian walked in. I was like, what the fuck? And this motherfucking Asian came in and went in the refrigerator like he was about to make him a sandwich. I was like,
True
damn.
that. True
But it
that.
come to
Man,
find
look.
out, he like family though. He like family.
True.
But them
True. I got yeah.
hey, you Asian connected.
You said what?
Hey,
If you ain't got a couple of Asian connects, man, and you from Glen Elders, man, you slacking on your international skills.
hey, look, I
I
walked.
know Asian
Hey,
cuss
look,
words and everything.
I made a wrong turn in them apartments across the street from what's that element? What's y'all junior high again?
We'll see what.
We'll see Wood. I made a wrong turn and turned
You
into
know
them
what I'm saying?
apartments y'all used to live in, right? Man, Asians started
Yeah.
coming from both sides of the street, like both sides,
Yeah.
and like came to the middle of the street. I was getting pumped by the homie on the. I was riding on the handlebars. Man, when them Asians came from across the street, I was like, "Hey, man, I think you need to turn around." Like, I think matter of fact, I ain't even gonna get on the handlebars. I'm gonna just start walking the other way because these Asians is not playing.
Nah, it's not, bro. It's teenagers that ain't got, you know what I mean, hurt real bad over there in that area, man. And I'm just talking about teenagers. You know what I mean? Before people get, grow up and get to taking their show on the road and get to prioritizing the things that they need to put their energy to. I mean, it
Yeah,
was serious. You know what I mean? We didn't got into it with some Asians got into it with us. You know what I mean? And it had been times where it been somebody from another region coming out there, and either one of us could give them the business, or at least
yeah,
press them real hard, and let them know, like, hey, you might want to get familiar with these tracks before you get to try to cross them.
yeah.
Because
Hey,
I mean, just
so
like
what?
everywhere else, man, that they
So what?
invest in something. It's no play.
So tell me this: what's different from the Creek and any other hoods?
What's different from the creek and any other hood is that without the subsetting or anything like that, because my neighborhood has you know what I mean, well, I ain't gonna say my neighborhood. Some individuals from my neighborhood have adopted the subsets, and the cliques and things like that. But the difference between my neighborhood and any neighborhood in Sacramento, as far as the blacks go, is we not Bloods or Crips. We straight mob, two B's. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no Ackerman. It ain't no none of that. You know what I mean? Ain't no money over broke bitches or my only blood brothers. Not ain't none of that shit. We mobbing straight up. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck the, not excuse me. Fuck the Italians, but fuck the movies and all of the other shit. We wasn't based on none of that shit. Wasn't nobody trying to name themselves Capones and Gottis or none of that shit. We just mobbing straight up.
Straight up.
No Bloods, no Crips. Grand Elders, Black Rags.
Hey, and how many mobs
You know
are
what I
there
mean?
in
That's the difference
Sacramento?
between us and any other neighborhood.
How many
Huh?
mobs is in Sacramento?
I don't even count anymore because it'll be one today and gone tomorrow. I don't even count. As far as the
No,
ones that
no,
I
no. I'm
heard of,
talking about. I'm talking about
yeah,
original mobs.
one. We was never nothing
hey,
else.
hey, nah, nigga,
Straight
you
up.
gotta tell the truth.
Nigga, we was
You
never
gotta
nothing
tell the
else.
truth.
Any 30. Any other mob in Sacramento was something else from somewhere else. We was the only mob from our neighborhood?
G Mob.
You got G Parkway. But look, G Mob was what? Bloods and Crips and everything else. So they're not a mob. They're blood, they're Crip, and everything else.
No,
You
they was
feel me?
from the
And
Bay.
before that,
They was from the Bay.
they from the Bay. You say original.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
the original G Mobs came from the Bay, but there was a
Came
collective
from the
of
Bay.
Bloods
You
and
said
Crips.
original in Sacramento. What I'm saying is we homegrown, home shown. You feel
yeah.
me? We
What
was
about the
never
Manners?
something else. We was
What about
never
the
something
Manners?
else. The
What about
Manners
the
was
Manners?
Strawberry Manor Gang.
They
What about who?
homegrown.
Hold on, my phone breaking up or your phone breaking up. What's that, Daddy?
I said they homegrown.
Shout out to the Manners. They is homegrown. You know, shout out to my boy Bat. You know what I mean? Big Boost. You know what I'm saying? All of them. You know what I mean? Skeeter. All of them. You know what I'm saying? JB.
Frankenstein,
Frankenstein. You know what I mean?
JB,
Shout
Zone,
out to my Manor niggas, man. 100. Valley Joe. All them boys. You know what I'm saying? I done rock with my
Baby.
Manor niggas tough. But it was Manor Gangster Family. You see the old heads? They got SMG on them. They got SMG on them or Manor Gangster Family.
But so you said when did Manor
Am I
Mob
right?
come
Am I
in?
right?
When did Manor Mob come
Huh?
in? But it's always been Manor
Hold on,
Mob.
my phone breaking up. Dirty. Do they got it? Who started getting the tattoos first?
You want a cookie?
Dirty.
You want a
Huh?
cookie? All
Hold on.
right.
What'd you say? Yeah, exactly. You see old head Manor Cats, bro. They got the mob on them after they got that Manor Gangster.
Some of you
After and
find the
after the
right
youngins
old
got a
heads,
hold
they
of it.
don't have Del Paso Heights on them.
So now you feel me. So now you feel me when you say who's the original or this, that, and the other. We embraced it. We took it. We had that. That was that. And we was Bloods or
Indeed.
Crips. So if you ask what's a Creek nigga, he's a mob nigga. If you ask what's a Manor, they a Blood.
Yeah.
Am I right?
You right. You right. Hey, so check me
So
out. All right.
shouts out to my Manor niggas. Shouts out to my G niggas. You know what I mean?
What about the
phone
clip?
breaking up. What you say?
Hey, look. So I'm gonna have you on here. I'm gonna have you on here a lot more often. We're gonna talk politics. You know, we love to talk politics. Me and Chief talk politics all day and
Definitely.
night. Hey, but check me out.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you on tomorrow too when we go live. This is StreamYard live. When we
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
come
live,
through.
I'm gonna bring
I'm
you
gonna
on.
come through. I'm not smoking none of that shit though. I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna sit down with you and do it, so I can read the comments with you, and I ain't gotta keep tickling this button. What's this button?
Sound good.
Okay.
All right, man. I'll hit you tomorrow. Call me after this.
All right.
All right, man.
You feel me?
Appreciate y'all.
Hey.